So for me, asking for the business is one of the most overrated things people talk about when it comes to being a closer, is waiting until the very end to see if I did enough to ask for the business. Look, at the end of the day, I can generally tell you with about 75% accuracy before I even finish my sales discovery if I'm going to have a chance to sell. And so for me, that I'm this killer closer, everybody buys from me because I just pin them to the wall and close them down. And to me, that's not what sales is when it comes to presenting and closing deals and negotiating. I want the customer to feel like they bought something that solved the problem, and I don't want them to feel like they were sold. So if your impression or intimidation of sales is, I don't really like to convince people to do something they don't want to do, then you've got the right feeling, because that's not really what sales is not what sales should be about. You should properly go through getting to know your customer, understanding their business, asking the right questions to get them to understand their needs. And at the end of the day, if they don't have needs for you to solve, then you'll not sell them no matter how good of a closer you are. But if you're able to ask the right questions and have them look at their problems in a different way and admit they need help on those problems, and then you are able to, with your solution, provide an alternative option to give that solution to them, one that they deem valuable, then what I would say is more than half the times when customers buy from me, I don't even have to ask them for the business. They ask me how to buy. And so if you're in tune with your customer and you're in tune with your product, this closing process should be one of the easiest parts of the conversation. The cold call is probably the hardest. The discovery is one of the hardest things. But when you get really good at the discovery, the closing becomes really easy. If you find yourself having to think of closing as a hard thing, then I'd have you go back to the video you watched around the discovery, get better at your discovery, and you'll find yourself being able to close a lot more deals. Now, lastly, where I see a lot of people miss in why closing becomes so hard is because they don't do the soft close before they pitch, which is going to uncover all of the objections you're going to have to be able to address inside of the presentation. But if you don't do the soft close, then the hard close becomes a lot harder. And if you don't do the discovery, then your soft close is empty. So all of these pieces working together make sales pretty smooth. But when you skip steps, you take shortcuts, you don't get to know your customer and you jump right into the product, then yeah, you better be a really, really good closer or you won't get deals. Hope that helps.